Hey guys, it's Byron here and welcome to Byron's Reviews. Today, once again, I am joined with Rhys.
Again, I'm becoming really regular on this show, aren't I?
Yeah, but I think with this one, Rhys, you're gonna wish you weren't such a regular because we're going to subject you to some things that many would refer to as torture. But first, let me give you guys some context. A few years ago, I was really into collecting these very weird, obscure consoles known as clone consoles. They're normally very cheaply made, plug and plays that you plug into your TV, but not all of those are like that. But in general, and then they're made to imitate bigger consoles, and they normally have either games stolen from elsewhere, maybe changed slightly or maybe not, or they have very poorly made original games on them.
Yeah, I mean, I played a couple in my time, and I remember one of them which had these fake discs in them, which was very interesting. Literally, all it was you put a disc in and just press down a button.
Yeah, they were literally pieces of plastic. They weren't discs, but they're I think I like them because they're fun obscurities. And to prove this, let's get the first console out of the three I'm going to show Rhys today. Rhys, I present to you the very dusty Ultra 8-bit video game system, or I think it's called something like that. And now, does this console look familiar to you?
Yeah, it doesn't look familiar at all. I mean, I definitely don't have a console that looks extremely similar to it at home. Yeah, I mean, obviously, as if you guys can't tell, this is a mock-up of N64. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you could tell that, but
I'm pretty sure the Nintendo 64 copied it.
Of course, Byron.
No, in reality, I think that came out ages afterwards. And here are the controllers, if you want a little bit of a feel. There's a Player 2 one here. Actually, come to think of it, I think one of these don't work. Maybe.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, I can already tell these are really low quality.
They are, but I've seen worse.
Yeah, but there's worse I've seen. I mean, I've played with much worse third-party controllers, but
the D-pad's maybe a bit. It's all one piece, and it's maybe a bit sharp. I'll probably show you some B-roll of them. And also, fun fact: you may not be able to tell this by their look, or even their feel, but these are also ripping off the Nintendo 64 controller, just with the middle bit taken out.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're going to rip off the N64 controller, you might as well do it right and have the middle bit, but it is basically that controller without, well, it doesn't even have the shoulder buttons.
It doesn't.
It seems, I'm guessing with a lot of these console manufacturers, they just make a bunch of consoles and then just ship them out all at once, so I'm guessing they probably just had some controllers lying around and just use them.
Then again, with, you mentioned not having shoulder buttons, with a lot of the games we'll get on to, in a bit, which may or may not be taken off a different console, you don't really need them. It also came with a light gun, which is very close to the NES Zapper, but we won't really be needing this because we'll be using it on modern TVs, and these only really work on old CRT TVs.
It's unfortunate because it does actually look quite a lot like the proper Nintendo Zapper, doesn't it?
It does, if you want a little bit of a feel. And it came with a cartridge, 84 in 1. And
so
I can't
original.
even, I know, it's such a creative name, but I can't even remember if it actually does have 84 games, because a lot of these systems just repeat games on a list.
Yeah, with different names. Although, one thing I found interesting while holding this console is if you guys can see that, or from the B-roll, this only has one audio channel, meaning that this is only mono audio, like something from a 1970s, like an Atari 2600.
Music to my ears. That's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, very mono music coming exactly from the same volume from both speakers, music to my ears.
I know, it's going to be beautiful, right? And I don't know about you, Rhys, but I'm ready and rearing to go. I want to see if this Ultra 8-bit video game system, or whatever it's called, is really as ultra as the name makes out.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Don't be so skeptical, Rhys. Have a positive attitude. Let's go. So here we are at the games list of the 84-in-1 cartridge that came with this console. And yeah, one of the controllers with it isn't working anymore, so we found another one from another clone console, because I have a bit of a collection.
Yeah, this one is, as you can tell, an actual fake N64 controller, so I assume that's sort of going along with the theme. Also, it's sort of fighting all my instincts not to hold the controller by the middle bit. I have to actually hold it like someone who doesn't know how to use an N64 controller.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage, and it just uses the standard Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis port. So, and the Ultra 8-bit video game system worked with that too. So, hey. Even though I don't think Sega Mega Drive controllers work, funny enough. But now, here's a game I really want to show you on this list, Rhys. Panda
Wow.
Panda Mario. So, yeah, it's basically Mario, but with pandas. This is me playing right now. And
wow.
All the other games on this list, by the way, are basically just stolen NES games, but this one is at least, I guess, some sort of, it has some element of being original.
So basically what you're looking at here is a really, really bad version of the NES Classic.
Basically, oh, it's great. Who hasn't wanted to play Mario as a panda?
I mean, it was on the top list of my next direction to Mario. I mean, step aside Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, this is where it's at. This is a true sequel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Nintendo's making a port of this on the Nintendo Switch.
Of course, because that clearly makes sense.
It does. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, and also, I think the main thing about how these games play on this console, other than the slightly subpar controllers, is I think the video's a bit washed out, and I think later I'll show you a comparison of how the games look on here and on the Retron 5, but I won't do that with this 85-in-1 cartridge, as I actually have a few other Famicom games, because obviously this system takes Famicom cartridges. Yeah, some other Famicom games that I can try in here and the Retron 5, which is very similar to the original Famicom. And I'll tell you what, Rhys, how about you take over for a bit?
Yeah, okay.
Seeing as I've been playing for a while. So I think that's the equivalent to a fire flower.
No, it's a fire leaf. I mean, never mind the fact that I actually have raccoon leaves in the actual Mario games, but...
it's just pretty good.
The thing is, I was thinking, that doesn't actually look like too bad of a controller, but once I actually put it in my hands, it's... I mean, it's not awful, but...
Yeah, the D-pad's not great, is it? It's quite... Do you get what I mean in that, it's a bit too, sunk into the controller? I don't really... It's hard to describe. Yeah, I guess it's one of those things you have to play to kind of know.
Yeah, it was something that's really weird, actually, because... I think there might be something slightly different with the game, because in this, the panda feels a lot heavier than Mario does. It almost feels like he jumps a lot slower.
Yeah.
It's sort of almost completely... I mean, might not
well, I think the physics are quite similar to the original Mario, to be fair.
It just seems like the character jumps for a lot longer.
Well, there's a small jump and a long jump in this version, which is kind of weird. But, yeah, I don't think... And on that note, shall we try some actual other Famicom cartridges?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Super Xevious on the Famicom. Played with an actual Super Xevious cartridge. And, I mean... It plays. This is Super Xevious. So I suppose, if you find this, not that I think it's likely, but if you do happen to, under weird circumstances, stumble upon this console, I guess it's a cheaper way of playing Famicom games than buying an actual Famicom.
Well, at that point, you might as well just buy, spend a little bit extra money on a proper decent Famiclone.
Yeah, there are better ones. Better ones? No, there are better ones out there. Do you want to go with this, Rhys?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played Super Xevious before.
It's a pretty good game. I think behind one of the clouds you get teleported somewhere else, if I recall. Can't remember which one it is, but...
No, I got teleported to death, apparently.
So yeah, it plays. I'm not sure if it's compatible with all Famicom games. I'd assume not.
This D-pad, as you can probably tell, is quite rough. I feel like after a few minutes, it'll probably make your thumb quite sore, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
especially with a game like that where you have to do a lot of circular motions. I mean, if you're going to do at least one thing, you gotta make your controller at least comfortable to use.
I know, this is just not great. You can kind of hear it. But anyway, I think that's all from the gameplay of this system. Do you think, Rhys?
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's much more we could really add here.
Nah. So let's go on to the next weird console on the list. So that was the appetizer of this beautiful 3-course meal. Now the main course. Rhys, I present to you the MiWi.
This is even more blatant than the last one. The the MiWi 2.
Oh, sorry, I got the name wrong. It's the sequel.
It's a sequel, although still somehow a better name than the Wii U.
Yeah. I agree with that. I wonder how many sales the Wii U would have got if it was called the MiWi.
Probably more than it actually did.
Probably. Yeah, this particular console is very yellow because these are very, very like I've had them for years and they've just been dumped under my bed. They haven't seen the light of day in ages.
Yeah, this is literally just a very crappy console. Does this one play its own games, or is it like a Famicom or something like that?
It plays its own games, which aren't stolen from any particular system. These are the cartridges. They're actually, I think, edited Famicom cartridges. We have 7-in-1, which I think are sports games, if I recall. And then we have 16 arcade games and 8 Drum Master games, if you want to have a look at them.
Yeah.
All in one.
Drum Master games. Are they just going to be like kind of some form of really bad rhythm game or something like that?
Probably. I think they are. Because I have played these before. I don't think Rhys has. It's just been ages since I've played them. And something else I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is the order we're looking at these different systems in. I put them in order of what I think is order of crappiness. So it starts from the less crappy ones leading up to oh boy.
Well, if that one is like the second worst, I don't want to see what the worst one is. Well, I kind of see it off in the distance there, but yeah, it looks interesting.
It's gonna be amazing.
Well, anyway, with these games, I swear I recognise some of these from like other clone consoles. Going back to the theory that a lot of these are just made by the same people, just repeating games over and over.
Yeah, because I think both me and you have watched a lot of YouTube videos and other YouTubers looking at them like from Pro Jared and stuff. These are the controllers, by the way, if you want to look at them.
I wonder if these have motion controls in them. I mean, the little light on the top definitely doesn't indicate the fact it's like, I don't know, infrared or anything like that.
And these controllers eat up batteries, like, well, not in terms of like how much, like they necessarily, how long the batteries last, I really don't know about that, but just in terms of the sheer amount of batteries, because these take 3 AAAs each, and it also came with another controller, which is this one from it's a more standard controller. I think that's 2 AAAs, but you can check. What do you think of that controller, by the way? And these?
Well, those are absolutely awful. I feel like when you said they eat away a battery, I was thinking about also eat away at your thumbs while playing it. And also, this is clearly designed for like a 5-year-old or something like that. You know, probably designed for, you know, a parent buying a console for their kid. You know, like, Mum, please, can you go and buy me a games console? And just buy something cheap like that because they don't know about games.
Pretty much.
The D-pad is like it is literally like one of the worst D-pads I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, I can see you moving it. It looks bad.
It's so spongy. It's almost like one of those like proper D-pads you like move around like without the buttons. You know, something like a Neo Geo X handheld one, but like
except they're joysticks. At least they're accepting they're not D-pads.
Yeah, there's like some weird mix of a joystick and a D-pad, and
there is some innovation with the MiWi now. Something the Wii didn't really do. This little device. It straps to your ankle and it detects your motion with like kicking and stuff.
I definitely recognise that from another console.
Wait, do you? What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't quite remember the name of it.
Alright, is it another like big console or another clone one?
Another clone console with something exactly the same.
Right, so maybe one of the ones...
If I can remember the name of that console, I will post it in the description below.
Yeah. Well, I think now we've had a look at this one, shall we plug it in also?
Yes, a good pun there.
I didn't even mean to make a pun. Wait, what was the pun?
Plug it in, plug in play.
Wow, okay.
To the gameplay. So, welcome to the Mee Wii 2, guys!
The best console ever made.
And as you guys can tell, it's a 7-in-1 cartridge, and this is like some sort of Wii Sports rip-off, because if you're going to be ripping off the Wii, you might as well rip off Wii Sports as well. It's
the staple thing to rip off with any Wii clone. Now, which game takes your fancy, Rhys?
None of these. The horrible music is putting me off.
Rhys, okay, I brought you here to torture you. We have to go through with this. Pick a game.
Let's play tennis. Wait, is it on tennis? Yeah, I was ping
Oh
pong.
no, there's tennis. The second one, yeah.
That's alright. I couldn't tell because of that awful picture, as you guys can see.
And the beautiful music. There's just all
the start.
Maybe. Whoa! Oh my days! This is extreme, guys. Okay. Shall we just go with the green floor?
Yeah. I doubt this game actually has any realistic physics for me to contend with.
Don't speak so soon. And I think these graphics are like the graphics on this console look very much of like the kind of Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive-esque thing. But these character models look like they're trying so hard to be like a Nintendo 64 game.
It's like they got like an N64 graphics and like digitized the Mortal Kombat style to fit onto like a really unpowerful console.
Pretty much.
Also, as you guys can see, from this gameplay, I'm pressing down. Yeah, it doesn't go down.
Wait, really?
Yeah, look, down.
Is the controller?
No. The down works. It's just that you have to go left and right.
Oh. Okay.
That's really weird. So, let's be this guy. I press start.
And I think, if I recall, I think you can either use motion controls or press a button. And by motion controls,
how do you?
I think there's just...
How do you motion control?
Do you want me to have a go?
Yeah.
You kind of have to really be forceful. Go, Rhys! Quick! Got him. Yeah, Rhys kind of lost. But you do have to be so forceful with it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure after this I break my arm after like 5 seconds.
And the thing is, you can use the button. So at that point, what's the point of using broken motion controls? Because unlike Wii Sports, where it like kind of detects how you're swinging, this controller just like detects one movement. There's no variation in terms of how you hit the ball or how hard you hit it, like there is with the Wii, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this is just press a button and then you sort of win. Apart from the fact I'm not winning.
I think, yeah, basically the best game of all time. Honestly, basically, I think you can kind of imagine all these other games on this 7-in-1 cartridge. Just like various sports games that have some sort of motion control element. Let's go on to the next cartridge. Okay, we have now switched cartridges after lots of effort, because let me tell you, these cartridges take so much strength and effort to pull out of the console to the extent that you feel like you're breaking it.
Yeah, I saw you trying to pull them out. Like, either your fingers were going to break or the console was going to smash open, and I couldn't tell which one was going to happen first.
I know, it could have been either, honestly. It felt like that. So yeah, this cartridge has Drum Master, and 16 arcade games.
I mean, if you're going to have arcade games, please spell arcade correctly.
That's just an immediate indicator of the quality. So let's start with some arcade games, shall we?
Yeah.
Why not?
Just as a quick mention, we've switched controllers to a more traditional controller type, as you can see there. It's still as awful as the other one, if not worse, because of the D-pad.
Yeah. Now, there's a particular game Right, I actually remember Fish War being quite fun. It's not an original game, but it's not bad. But there's a particular game that I love very much. And I think Rhys will get a lot of fun out of this one. Let's see. I remember this being quite good.
Who's playing this one?
Shall I play it? Or?
Yeah, you play it first and I'll play it. Jerry, is that you?
Jerry, and the Donkey Kong country music. Donkey Kong meets Tom and Jerry hitting mice. Right, what happens when we go 2-player? Do we just... Let's just like go on 1 player and pass the controller back and forth. Okay.
Is this like whack-a-mole or something like that?
Effectively, and that Donkey Kong sprite is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is like plagiarism of some kind.
Oh! Not so fast.
How have they not got like sued for copyright infringement or something like that?
I'm not sure. I don't think these people are really thinking about that when making this console.
Because look how blatant this is.
Oh no. Guys, I am aware that I suck. I would blame it on the controller, but I do think it's more the fact that I just suck.
So you have to stop me from coming into rabbit holes then?
Pretty much. I mean, do you want to go, Rhys?
Yeah. Can you like move any quicker than this, or...?
You've got even slower now.
I power down, of course, because that's so obvious from the look of it. In most games, when you have a power down, which by the way I think is a fairly cheap thing to do, but if you're going to have a power down, at least make it like a skull and crossbones to make it immediately obvious it's bad.
Here it's just like... Yeah, it looks like it could be good, like it could freeze the enemies or something, but no, it like slows you down.
Yeah, I thought from like a little, like, you know, it all looks like an explosion, so I thought, oh, okay, I might get rid of all the mice on the screen or something like that.
Yeah. And like, as for the other games on this console, while they may be original in that they're not stolen from another system, unless they're stolen from another one of these clone consoles. Which,
let's be honest, that's very likely.
Yeah, like, other than, like, despite the fact that they may be original, and I use big quotation marks with that, they're just like mimicking other classic arcade games and stuff like that.
Yeah, so less rip-offs, more just so iterative.
Pretty much. Do you want to move on to some drum games now?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay guys, when we were trying to record some footage for Drum Master just now, we discovered that you kind of need to have batteries in both of these controllers, and like one player uses both, kind of the equivalent to a Wii remote and a nunchuck. So like you'd have to like, I'll try and find I'll just get a random game playing, and then you'll probably be able to see. So you'd like have to swipe like that meteor with your left hand, this one with your right hand, and kind of use both the remotes. The only problem is, these remotes take 3 AAA batteries each. We only have 4 AAA batteries because they're kind of expensive, so...
Yeah, but as you can imagine, we're not really missing out on much. You can imagine what this game is going to be like. It's some form of like really bad rhythm game. Like, literally just swing left to right, and basically even worse than like any Wii party game, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean... It's such a shame that we can't play this masterpiece of a game.
Yeah, I mean, I was so looking forward to playing this weird space game, which, come to think of it, has literally no relation to Drum Master.
I know. Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought of that. And
also, why is it a ninja? It's a ninja with 2 drumsticks. Like, come on, you're just a drummer.
I'm not sure, but look at this amazing rendition of Dancing Queen there. Oh my days, this is beautiful. Check them moves! Oh, damn! Those moves, I wish I could dance that good. My God.
So, wow, I think I'm actually allergic to how bad this is.
So, okay, I guess that's these... Whoa! Right, I guess that's the Mee Wii. Shall we go on to the third classic console in this adventure?
Yes, we should.
Let's go. So, Rhys, fancy any dessert?
Not actually, Byron. I'm feeling pretty full up from all those games.
Well, there's always room for a third crappy console. And this one, if you can even call it a console, is Mini Poly 2001. And it's still in the box.
As soon as you introduced that, I started coughing like I'm allergic to badness.
It's probably the dust, because there's... Yeah, like, you should have seen how dusty this was when I took it out from under my bed.
Yeah, we literally had to, like, I know, spend about 5 minutes just trying to get all the dust off.
And I've just remembered, you're asthmatic, aren't you?
No, it's perfectly fine.
Have fun. Open this one.
Oh, it's one of these, like, instead of, if it's been an actual plug and play like the last two, this is a LCD display one.
It's kind of handheld, but not handheld. It's, as you'll see, almost like a tabletop.
This is like
console.
This is like a mini PS1 almost.
And oh yeah, by the way, we should mention that that's what this is copying. If you can't tell by like the controller and the system itself.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Like it looks like it's a disc drive, but no, it's just the screen holder, which is absolutely awesome.
And like these little, it comes with 3 games on different cartridges, but the cartridges are the screens. And why don't you take the game, if you can call it that, that's in already, out? They're kind of hard to take out from what I remember. Do you need a hand there?
How do you even do that? It's like...
They are tricky. And now this is the seal of quality.
Oh, look at that exposed. they couldn't even be bothered to do that. I mean, like, pretty sure this thing was made for like about 5p or something like that.
Probably. And the action game.
This is less like an actual product made for people being sold. It's more like a Year 7's like electronics product or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. And also you have to change the game as well as just putting these different detachable things in which there are gunboats, motorbike, and football.
Wow, such innovative names. I mean, totally original and definitely not generic.
I know, I'm pretty sure there haven't already been like 100 games called football. So yeah, you use this switch to change which ones, and this controller literally just comes out like that.
Oh.
And it's the smallest thing ever. Like, I have small hands. Like, I'm quite a small person. This is the controller in my hand.
Yeah, like if you want to compare it to my hand, which is, my hand's fairly big. It's like about half the size of my hand, just only, not even like the width of my palm. Like, this is literally probably designed for, I can only imagine, infants who have just been born or something like that.
And I'll tell you what, Rhys, as you have a little play with that controller, I'll read out some of the instructions. I hope there's some English, as people call it. When the racing begins, you have to ride as fast as you can. But don't get crash with the other motorcycle.
Don't get crash.
I'm trying to find any others.
How many times do you think this has been translated? Seems like one of those things you do for fun, just translate something out of a language and put it back in just to see what's happened.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, except while they're like very intentional, this is obviously unintentional, and it's a product that was sold to a lot of people. So
for real money.
Yep. And I paid for them because I'm a sucker.
Dan, you're the exact people they're targeting.
I know. I just found them quirky and weird and interesting because they are intriguing. Like, these aren't things you actually want to go out and buy for like genuine quality. They're just little curiosities, really. Shall we actually go on to playing this magnificent piece of kit?
Yes, it's just plays quality games such as Gunboat and football. I mean, I'm looking forward to football the most.
Oh, so am I, Rhys. So am I. Let's go. Okay, here is the beauty. That is Gunboat, guys.
So does the game just start straight away?
I think maybe we need to press start on the thing. Right. Try and figure out how to play, Rhys.
Can't even work out who I am.
I think you're the thing at the bottom. And you know, it probably doesn't help the angle that we have the screen right now, because you can adjust the angle. But It's actually clearer to see through the camcorder screen. Shall I have a go?
Yeah, you see if you can figure out what the hell we're meant to do.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I see.
I'm glad you do.
Right. God, it's really hard to use this D-pad. But yeah, basically, you are the finger at the bottom, and you press the action button to fire upwards at the flying planes, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though I'm doing really badly. You have to press the D-pad really hard. Oh, I've just been shot.
Do you want to have another go?
Yeah. I mean, it's very primitive, but at least it works. Like, as far as LCD games go, I don't think it's any better. I mean, I don't think it's any worse than a lot of the, like, Tiger Electronics games.
I mean, that's not really saying much though, is it?
It's not, but, I mean, if this was, like, in the like, early 80s, maybe it'd be something, but according to the box, it's 2001. Maybe we should try playing game B.
Yes.
And this music, oh my days.
It's so glorious.
I think it gives the music on Mee Wii a run for its money. That rendition of Dancing Queen, just...
Well, if the quality of this console wasn't apparent from when you saw that brilliant game, well, the console just died on us. The batteries were new, but I think literally just playing Gunboat was a bit too much for this console, so it's kind of just died on us. We can't get it working.
Yeah, we changed the batteries, and now nothing will happen. It won't make any noise. Nothing shows up on the screens, and yeah. So I guess we can't play motorbike and football. Rhys, I was so looking forward to this.
Oh no, we can't play any of those games. I mean, it's such a shame. I mean, I was so looking forward to playing the masterpiece that was football.
Me too. Now, at least we got some use out of the Mini Poly 2001. And that said...
Use.
Yeah, use. Because humanity definitely needed this. So yeah, that said, shall we go over to the conclusion?
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, I gotta say, that was certainly an interesting experience with all these three consoles.
It certainly was, and I bet you're very glad I invited you over today, Rhys.
Glad would be a word to use there.
It certainly would. So, yeah, to conclude, these are the best games consoles ever made. Go out and buy each one. No, in all seriousness, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. I think if you get something like this, you know what it's going to be. And if you're going to get it for like a curiosity or a bit of a laugh, fair enough, you know.
The only one which I think is worth any merit, non-ironically, just out of curiosity, would be this one. Was it the Ultimate 8-bit machine, was it?
Ultra 8-bit video game system, something like that. I'll probably correct it on screen if it's wrong.
Yeah, but anyway, something like this is actually worth something if you just want to play Famicom cartridges for very cheap. And even though the controllers aren't that good, they're better than anything else we've seen today.
Yeah, like, they are passable. Like, they're controllers you can actually play with, and they work. Well, even though one was broken, but that's beside the point. It plays Famicom games. Famicoms aren't the cheapest systems to get. So if you happen to stumble upon it for a cheap price and you want to play Famicom games, I suppose it'd be somewhat worth it, but basically that may be under some circumstances worth it. The MiWi, nah. This little beautiful thing, the Mini Poly, which broke through filming, probably not. Nah.
Only if you really want to see like a truly awful game, but even then, like, it's kind of just got not enough substance to even keep your attention for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, but all in all, I think this has been a pretty fun video. Sorry if it's been quite long, but as I alluded to earlier, I do have several more of these interesting consoles stashed away in my collection. So if you guys do want to see us play any more, let us know and we'll see what we can do. Do you want to tell everyone about your YouTube channel?
Once again, I'll do that, yes. I run a channel called Games of Reference, which link will be in the description below. I do very concise gaming content, just about any random topics in gaming. Like, I've done a couple of videos with Byron, like about whether modern game and retro game is better, or whether the Wii U was a failure. But I also have other content from me by myself, like why is there so many military shooters? Why do we have a console wars? Do console specs matter? Those sort of videos. So if you're interested, please check it out.
Very high quality content. So yeah, check out Rhys, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.
See you in the next video.
Wow, you made it to the end? Now that's impressive. This video is literally over half an hour. And yeah, it was very unplanned and very casual, and I haven't really done a video like it in the past. It was kind of bordering on a let's play in parts. But me and Rhys enjoyed it, and I think it's always good to mix things up every now and then. So tell me if you liked this very different style to what I normally do. That said, this month's delayed monthly update will be coming out in the next few days, and I have a lot to say there. But until then, you guys are awesome, and I hope you're having a great day. And the reason I say lots of effort is... Rhys, is that your phone? This is going at the end of the video now.